Okay, November 5th. And you can see roughly where the sun is coming up over there, as opposed to in the summer, it comes up back there. So it's supposed to be overcast today, although it looks a little, I don't know, maybe we will get some sun, but I think that's got to be where the sun's coming from, where it's bright there. So minus 14 in here. Yesterday we got here, it was 10. No, minus 14. It's 14 in here, minus 1 outside. So got the fire going. Should warm us up soon. Okay. I had the red light on here. This thing shut off at about 1 o'clock in the morning. Except for a bit of sunshine, it's been like this constantly for, I think, about a month, or the entire month of October and so far in November, with the odd exception of a few sunny days. So I kind of realized we're going to have to get a better charger than just the generator by itself. So you get about $450 plus tax. But I don't know what else to do. I never thought that I was expected a week of overcast, not a month or most of a month of overcast. So this is battery number 2. I got all the cells in, and I clamped it down, which was kind of hard to do. And I drilled a hole in the front down there. When I was doing that, that wire in there on that lug, the wire popped out. So I had to take the BMS out. This thing. Now I have to put it back. Everything is really hard to do in there. And I also noticed when I tighten it, that board there's a little warped. So it's going to be compressing the cells. See, I have that foam in between each one on the outside more than the inside. I don't know if I should back the outside ones out so it's a little more even. So right now, it's a matter of getting the BMS back in again, and then wiring all the cells together, like I guess it's okay to do this like this. So now, when that's bolted down, that means that these first 4 cells are now connected to the second 4. And then I take this wire here because it's longer, and I have another bus bar to put in there, and this is a bus bar that connects at the back. And then once that's done, I connect the BMS and then put the leads on. I have to extend some of the leads, so I'm going to solder that. I'll also be able to test to see how much voltage I have, which should be around 54.8, something like that. I mean, I could connect it directly without the BMS to the other battery, and that would charge the other battery up. It would even itself out. And I could use the fridge again at, like I said, at 1:30 when I went down to go to the bathroom. And then when I realized what happened, I emptied the fridge and shut the fridge off, because I guess that's where the power is going. I kind of want to have this battery here hooked up on its own, but it's really, really not a very good test for the battery because there's no sun. I mean, it's like was snowing before a little bit, but it disappeared. But I mean, if there's no sun at all, I mean, that's not really representative of, I don't know, it can't be like that all the time. It just can't be. So batteries shouldn't be fully charged. Like this one should not be charged as high as it is. Or I don't think discharged as much as the other one. Leave a comment if you have any ideas. Also, the whether I should loosen off the bolts there to take that wow out of that for compressing the cells. If you have any ideas, but I think I may run. We're leaving tomorrow already. I don't know, but I'm gonna run things off of this one here, and then I don't know. Probably hook them both up together in parallel, and then that'll be about 22, 23 kilowatts of power. As long as everything works right, because I don't think I have everything set to shut off at 48 volts, and it's shut off at, I think it was 50.9 or it didn't, or 49, 49.7. I don't know the settings on this. Like I said, it's still, don't think too much of this inverter. Now, well, I'll finish this up and then plug it in again, and I guess we can plug the fridge back in again, and maybe the dehumidifier. Okay. Yeah, keep the camera straight here. So I had to make a new one, another one of those because it didn't.
What?
It was too short. I'm just tightening down these last 4 here. I'm not using a torque like a lot of guys would. But come on. Okay. I should probably check them all once, but to set this up right, you always have to make sure you're not, I think it's got to be set for 200, right, because it's going to be over 20 volts. Okay, this black is the positive. Right? And that should be the negative. There, 54.3 volts. 54.3, 54.4. So, I now have a 54 volt battery. Let's check out just an individual cell here. And that's at 3.34. Now that seems pretty low. Like these things have been discharging. Don't know why. Anyway, so the next thing to do would be to I gotta try and tighten that BMS down a little bit. It's really hard to get into those little screws. And then once that's done, and that gets attached to there, and then all the little leads get put on, right? And then I can plug it in to the BMS. Don't know if I have my instructions with me or not. But I think I got internet, so I can look it up on there. So right now we've got a 54-volt battery. Like I said, it seems to have lost some charge, but oh well. And that green flashing light means that's charging, but with it being that dark outside, it's going to be like half an amp. It would take a month to charge that other battery up. So, all right. Anyways, that what you heard was a woodpecker pecking on my cabin. Well, I guess to keep the bugs out. Anyways, we're going to be leaving in a few hours. We're trying to be here while the sun's shining, but we have a freezing rain warning and down in southern Ontario where we're going. Yeah, last night the batteries all quit, ran out of juice, and I did not get the battery box built. I'm not going to bother with that right now. I don't think idea is just to kind of winterize everything, the trailer and stuff before we go. So the sun is blocked behind that tree right now, and there's ice on the solar panels, so they're not going to be doing much right now. Well, it said overcast today. It's mid-November. I'm back up here. There's supposed to be sunshine, and I missed it yesterday. And the inverter, I don't know, drew a lot of power out, but I don't know. It's supposed to be cloudy today, but that doesn't look that cloudy. Like kind of cloudy, but still a lot of blue, so hopefully I can get that battery charged up. This is our fridge right now. Power quit on me, and I went to bed at like 1:30. Turned the lights on, nothing. And it had been charging before too, so I don't know what's going on. I have to figure out how to do some kind of a test to see how much power it drops overnight without any load on it. Just not a lot of help from that solar company in Barrie. Okay, that's where we are at 52.1. It was higher than that, but I guess it must be filling up the recesses of the battery. It's it was very sunny out before, not anymore. Anyways, just seems to be overcast here a lot more than it should. A lot more than it should. That real pain in the ass. So I got on the sawmill today, and I put a post in. I seem to be having, well, let's see if we can get the sky. See, it was pretty sunny before, and now it's overcast again. Story of my life up here. Anyways, I have these solar panels here, and as you can see, I dug up the pipe for over there. So what I'm going to do, obviously I'm going to wait for it to be cloudy. The two things that are causing a problem: behind me, the roof of the cabin, and then the sun is so low in the sky right now. Not even December 21st. It's not even, what is it today? The 16th of November. But those two solar panels there. The sun by 3 o'clock yesterday, the sun had gone behind those trees there. I don't know if they're all on my property or not. So, guys, I decided I wasn't going to work on that anymore. It's still charging the battery. I'm not able to run it at night. I don't know, that inverter just keeps taking all the power out of it. Don't know why. Anyway, so I've been working on other things now too. So we had those boards. Those are pieces from the sawmill on the back side. So what's piled up against, like underneath where the shovel is there, right? That's wood that's been in there for a while. The stuff at the front has been there. Well, it's been there for a couple of years, but it's been kind of my camera's really not. Anyways, that wood there. It's been there for a couple of years. That pile. So I'm trying to. Those boards are really good to put up. They kind of look nice, but the other thing is that they allow air to move through, and then keep most of the water off. So I've been throwing in the back corner. So back there I've been throwing, a lot of the cut-offs, like, pieces like that from the saw and other wood. I fell off the ladder last week, and I had this. This is a shed taken from my daughter's backyard, and there. Hold still. I left a ladder up there. There were some extra holes in it and stuff that I had to fill. Kind of bent the metal, but not really worried about it. It'll keep the water out of there, so that's a lot better than it was before. Here I have my ATV with a winch. I'm leaving these two hemlock here alone for now. I don't know what to do with them. I had another piece of hemlock that I made posts out of, so this is going to be a post on the far side. I might take both solar panels, depending on how the sun hits them, and move them all together. And I've been pulling up logs from that pile over there with the winch, and because I got to get working on trim. So it has to start drying. And some of the wood there has got some kind of nasty cracks in it, but I've cut a piece up already before, and it didn't turn out too bad. Remember, like, I need 7 feet long by roughly 5.5 inches, like rough cut, for door jambs. 3-foot ones for the header of the door jambs, and then the trim will be like 2.5 inch. Just going to square cut it, maybe round the edge a little bit or something, and it'll just be a real simple trim, using that ash. Once I get into the bigger logs where I can be looking for swamp ash, I will be cutting boards out of that for trim, and I'll also be cutting 8-quarter pieces to make guitar bodies out of. So right now I'm working through the pile there. So that there, and the ones on the left are those I cut down the most recently. Those are kind of interesting, but I'm trying to get some of the smallest. I'm by myself, so it makes it harder. Trying to get some of the small stuff from back there, pull it forward, get it down on my deck here, clean it up, make sure there's no dirt on them, and then bang, hunting season up here. And then pile it over on my drying pile there. Yeah, I guess it's supposed to rain too. Anyways, I hope it doesn't start raining soon. Yeah, I'm gonna try and pull out a couple more of those logs there. I mean, I have the ATV here, so, and then clean them up and set them up and cut them, or start cutting them. And then, yeah, tonight I'm once the sun goes down enough and it stops charging the battery, I'm just gonna turn the battery off. So the inverter doesn't drain the battery like it has the other two nights. Happened last night and the night before. Even though there was enough sunshine to put in a fair amount of power, it just drains it. If anyone has any, I need to know what sort of measuring device that I can measure to see if it is drawing too much power when it's idling, because if it's doing that, then it's no good, because I have no idea why it'll be in sunshine for 4 hours and then have enough. I mean, I have a little 20 amp battery. It's the size of a motorcycle or a snowmobile battery, and I can have lights on all night with that thing and into the morning, and it doesn't discharge itself. And yet this thing is discharged by 1:30 in the morning. It's 2 days in a row now. So it's hard to take it back for warranty stuff, because the company has been ridiculously terrible to deal with. It's a Canadian Solar Superstore in Barrie, Ontario. They're just no help at all. They're just like they try to solve one problem. They explained one thing, which was the circuit breaker. The circuit breakers, they said, is only for alternating current in, which still doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But they gave me the name of somebody, and so the only way I can really go to them is I would have to perform a test, see how many amp hours it loses. It's supposed to lose a small amount, but my feeling is it's losing a lot of electricity. Don't know where it's going. I don't know. So if anyone has any ideas, leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My adventure of being off grid has really been taking a hit with the amount of cloudiness up here and that inverter not working right. So I'm back in darkness at night, right? Using flashlights and that kind of stuff, and it should not be happening like that. Anyways, so it's 3 o'clock. Shade, and where Nicholas always said, and it's not, the sun's not that it's that far away. It's just, it's in those trees there. It's just, I have no idea what to do. It's just very frustrating. Okay, so there's, I got 2 still on there. I haven't piled these yet. You can see what the sun is now. No solar from that. I'm just gonna uncover the pile tomorrow. It's supposed to rain, but I think there's probably going to be some in between. back is sore. These things are heavy to lift around. I have two more on deck here to cut, but I don't know. I think I'm kind of done for today. Yeah. So tomorrow, hopefully in between the rain, I can get those two cut up and then piled. And then Saturday is supposed to be sunny, I hope. Also tomorrow, with it being overcast, I should be able to move at least one of the solar panels. So 4 solar panels wasn't giving me enough voltage to get the MPP tracking going, multi-point tracking, MPT, yeah, I don't know, whatever it's called. It needed 120 to 130 volts, which is why 4 solar panels didn't work. I had to hook up the other 2. So if I have 5 of them, I mean, it still works because the other ones pick up enough light that I get the voltage. I just don't get the amperage, right? So I have a shortage of wire, but I've kind of moved things around. So maybe when it's overcast tomorrow, I can get 1 solar panel in line, and then, I can play with the other one as I want to. But at least that way I'll get sun a lot earlier. I only had those solar panels down there just because 2 months ago in the late day, the other solar panels, or 3 months ago, the other solar panels were getting in the shade, and those 2 panels were the only ones getting light. So I thought, well, at least I'm getting light that way. But that's all kind of reversed now. Such a big difference as to where the sun goes up and down here. It's not supposed to be that much different than southern Ontario, but I don't know. Normally the sun rises right behind me, right? And I'm looking directly at as the sun's going down. And so there's now it rises like way over there. It's unbelievable. Probably have to get tired. Probably have to get a charger that charges at like 40 amps to connect to my generator, because the generator just does not it doesn't produce enough electricity. I just have to make sure that the whatever I get, if you get them high enough, the generators aren't actually strong enough to put out that much electricity. And so I'll have to do a bit of research on that, make sure I don't get the wrong one. Anyways, that's it for today. So here I am. That's battery 1. Working on battery 2. No, it's not tight enough. Gotta find my insulated wrench here. I don't know if I can do this with one hand. Yep. Have to go down each wire. Put my glasses on. Now this one. And connect it to each positive. Okay, running a special wrench, again with the one end all taped up. In case it falls like that. Not a lot of voltage in each cell, but 202 amps is quite a bit. And I have my voltage meter here. And what I have to do is go up into each little hole there. Right, starting with the black one is a negative, and then I go and, come on, focus. It's focusing on my wrench. So each little hole there, it has to go up 3.33 or 3.34 volts each time. So 3.33, the next one would be 6.66, but usually it's a bit more than that. And when that's all finally done, I'll check it again, and then I plug it into the BMS. If I don't do this properly, the BMS is wrecked. I got to plug in the temperature sensor and all those other things, and then I should be able to get it working on my phone. Okay, hopefully you can read that. 54.4, that's the new battery connected. I could not get the parameter set. I got my phone to recognize it. So I tried setting the parameters. Unfortunately, my phone found the device finally, found the other battery. And every time I click on it, it doesn't do anything. It's there. Both of them are there. Both of them won't let me do anything on it. I believe it's a Dali problem. Actually, they're weird. But anyways, I have 54.4 volts right now, and I'll see what I have in the morning. See how much I lose overnight. But I have lights now. I don't have to worry about electricity for a while. And then once I can get the parameters of both of these set up the same, or I might just connect both of them together, because no, if one shuts down, the other one won't. But then the it's dropped to 54.3 volts. Oh no. The inverter itself, I mean, the parameters on the Dali are really stupid. They're super low and super high. Even though it's for a lithium iron phosphate battery. I don't know. The last time I hooked up the other new battery, it lasted 6 days, fridge and lights. So definitely it's going to work overnight. Originally, my intent was to just to see what it does daily, but I'm leaving tomorrow. So yeah, the idea was to see what it would do daily. If I could go through the night with the fridge on and blah, 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 just doing normal things, have the booster connected to it, the fridge, lights, I guess even the pump in the basement, and the induction stove, and maybe even the toaster oven, and then see if it can recuperate that amount of electricity the next day, even if it's not completely sunny. And I guess that experiment's going to have to happen next time. But that's it for now. Okay, so I've hooked up the original battery again. Could not get my telephone app to work. The new battery turn lights on. I probably charged some stuff. Was able to turn lights on and off all night, and then this morning I made coffee, like boiled water, and made breakfast. And originally the charge had dropped. It was 54.4 when it started. And it was 53.1 when I got up. Now I started charging a little bit because there's a bit of sun, although it's not hit the 2 solar panels. And like I said, those, I want to move. If I get one more of them moved, I'll be getting light going in there, and it'll be charging a lot sooner. However, if I do that, I got to disconnect everything and move everything over there. I might work on getting it set up, but it's the sort of thing I'd rather do on a cloudy day or closer to the evening. Disconnect it and move it over. You can hear Bruni whining beside me because she wants to go out and play. I'm not ready to go outside yet. It's -5 this morning. So everything's kind of all frosty out there and slippery. So yeah, right now that's not charging, although it's shows 51.8 volts. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going home today probably around 2, which is probably around the time that I'll be losing light anyways. So hopefully this original battery gets a little bit longer to charge. I'm not going to do this now, but I think eventually I'm just going to connect both batteries together. I don't know, either that or figure out a way where I could actually lift one of the batteries up and take it home and charge it at home and bring it back. Or get a charger that would connect to my generator that's stronger than what the generator actually produces. Like it quite a bit stronger, like something like 40 amps or at least 30 amps going in there, and that way the battery would pick up a charge pretty quickly. Okay, so as you can see, it's completely overcast now that I moved the 5th solar panel over there. So there's one there now. I left the outside one up. And of course the sun was hitting where that new solar panel I just put in there really good before it got overcast. I swear sometimes my life is governed by Murphy's Law. I go to all this trouble, decide to stay up here till 2 o'clock, get some good sunshine, and get the solar panels arranged so that actually they'll start doing something, and sun's gone. And it looks like the overcast is going to stay. Wonderful.